and welcome to Supernatural Entertainment System, the only podcast you're going to need for supernatural news, discussion, and of course advice. I'm Gavin.
I am Philip.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jerry.
Happy Halloween, everyone, and we're here with an equal mix of fright and delight that you've come to grudgingly accept. Our first winner has been chosen. The Banshee takes her petrifying place in the pantheon of the phantasmal, and she was made real. But which beast will receive the honours this time? Time to fun it.
And we're back.
Hiya.
Welcome back to another exciting episode, boys.
You sound fucking pumped.
I'm pumped, man. I'm really excited. I think that last week's was a raging success.
It was a fantastic episode.
Last week's, I don't know when we're doing these. How often are we doing these? Every 2 weeks.
Fortnightly.
Last fortnights was an absolute raging success, Jerry. What did you think?
I thought it was a strong return to form.
So, extra personal perception, boys. What's everyone been doing?
EPP.
I recently got back into Rice Krispies.
Oh, yeah.
You ever had a bowl of fucking proper on brand
Yeah.
Rice Krispies?
Not in a long time.
Kellogg's, mate.
Do you put sugar on your Rice Krispies?
The fuck? Change
Just
this out.
straight up.
Straight up
If you
milk.
put sugar on them, then they're icicles.
I know, but I can't really eat a cereal like that without covering it in sugar.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's why I don't eat it.
Shit, man. Well, I mean, I'm talking here up to date 2015 Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, let's not forget pop.
Of course.
No shug. Just love coming from that bowl. They're incredible. I'm totally back into them.
Cool.
What's your cereal of choice? Let's go around the table.
Cheerios?
Cheerios?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, well, let's ignore that. What's next?
Probably porridge.
That's not a cereal.
I like bland food.
You have to pick a cereal. Let's say you've been given a variety, Kellogg's variety. You have to pick one out of a Kellogg's variety.
Probably Cocoa Pops.
Cocoa Pops, fucking
Aye.
hell.
That's a swing you got there, man. That's bland to like the crack of the cereal world.
Yeah, well, one or t'other.
I suppose.
That's
If
it. It's
you're
all or
going
nothing.
for
It's either raw or not at all.
the
at this
variety pack, then it has to go Frosties first, then Ricicles. Then just work your way down from there. Probably chocolate ones next. Then
cornflakes.
down to your cornflakes /
Oh,
Ricicles.
who the fuck eats cornflakes?
No one eats
That's a
cornflakes.
Quakers.
That's a personality test. Isn't it?
Just Quakers. They're made for Quakers
So-
and should only be eaten by Quakers.
Jerry, what's your favourite
We made
cereal?
them.
Bran flakes or Start.
Jeez. Oh, for fuck's sake, start!
Oh, fucking Start! You can't
Don't start.
You can.
You're
You
sitting
can.
with guys that like bland
most-
shit.
You could eat a bowl of Start underwater and it would still be crunchy. You still hear the crunch up in the Lilo. Start never goes out of date. Come the apocalypse, I'll be eating Start like a
Even
muff.
Chris
Jerry's
Hoy,
pot.
Start begins.
Perfect
Start
order.
starts out of date.
even Chris
I think
Hoy,
you
the
really
most
still
boring
sold
man
it.
on the planet,
Have you
does
tried
not eat start.
Have you tried a bowl of Start though? It's fucking amazing, man. You can eat it dry. You can eat it wet, and things even when you eat it wet, it's still dry. It's brilliant.
You
Fuck
take
you,
back
Jerry.
your fucking slight on Cheerios now.
I know, I completely retract that on Cheerios.
Or
You seem really interesting now.
occasionally crot it with cray.
Fuck you. Fucking start. Kiss my ass.
Getting your personal EPP 30 seconds in, 3 minutes into the show. Fuck off.
This is not. It's not always something you want to like hear about someone. Ugly stuff comes up in this.
Well, that's it. We're learning every day.
Christ.
What I wanted to start doing at the beginning of the episode and to take forward as well, ongoing procedure, was that just there's a lot of skeptics amongst the team here. I think we need to start opening ourselves up to possibilities a little bit more.
Yeah, let's start weeding those people out.
It's not a safe space for Start eaters, man. I'll tell you that for you.
What I want you to do for the next time we record is in the time in between, just allow a little bit of the supernatural into your life.
Okay.
See if something happens. Don't instantly dismiss it with science or fact. Just see if there's a little bit of something there. And I want to see if anybody can come back with anything good. Like the other day, I would put my child to bed and I shut the door over when I left. Went for a piss, came back out, the door had opened a little bit.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Oh.
Could have been anything. Could have been the wind.
Nah.
Could have been a draft.
Nope.
Could have been a fucking grey.
Yep.
Could agree.
Well, I mean, when it comes to these things, a lot of people are tempted to hide away their stories, their terror, really. But what I always say is don't hide it, divide it, share it amongst people.
Exactly.
You know?
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is poor.
So that's extra. That's our extra personal perception.
You're here on Serial Talk. A serial podcast.
Yes. Why don't we head into the world of the supernatural news? And so, news. Who has some exciting supernatural news?
Well, I think Chris has a million bits of news, so let him start off
I've got
first.
a trifecta of news. So, my theme of the news is people coming back from the dead.
Oh my god, like Jerry Maguire.
Like Jerry Maguire, but really, really recently.
Oh.
All 3 stories are from this year.
Oh.
So the first one we've got is Taylor Hay, who's come back from the dead. Taylor, when she was 18, she fell off a car.
Okay.
So it wasn't
Hit by a car.
Wasn't a car crash. Wasn't hit by a car. Wasn't
off
run
a car.
over. Her skull wasn't crushed beneath a car. She fell off the bonnet of a car.
And we were fine to laugh at this because she came back.
Yeah.
Great.
So she was fell off a car and apparently had some brain injury. It's a big article. She had it basically, and then while she was in hospital, they put her in a medically induced coma. In which time she had a brain hemorrhage. So she was absolutely fucked.
Right.
The doctor said, "You're shit out of luck." So soon after, well, our family are crying for her, and their daughters are vegetable.
Losing the audience here, Chris. Come back quick.
So in comes a family friend is a chiropractor, Dr. Jeff Stickle. So he came in saying that he felt that God was trying to tell him to treat her. So our parents didn't feel comfortable with us, given that their daughter was a drooling vegetable. So Dr. Stickle
Jesus.
then asked if he could pray with the family. So he did. He prayed with them all and touched her neck, and then started walking out. And then he's like, and then God was telling me to go back in. So prayed again while touching her head.
Another touch of this neck.
He said that he thought, what if I could pray hard enough to heal her skull?
Wow.
This is a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Bones.
That is
They
fucking
know
mental.
bones. So yeah, basically they decided to take her off life support.
Right.
But she started breathing by herself.
Yeah.
And despite being an absolutely gone beyond it, past it, no one comes back. The doctor said she made a full recovery. Well, not a full recovery. She can't. She's lost her sense of smell and much for
nightmare.
long-term memory.
Oh my god.
But she's alive because of God and a chiropractor.
Which of your senses, boys, would you have if you had to lose one? Break it out for me right now, Philip.
Right, so you've got sight, you've got your hearing,
Hearing,
you've got your smell powers,
Yep.
touch,
touch, and taste.
and taste. It probably
You
would
do
be.
have loads of other
Smell
ones,
would
though.
be the one to go.
The thing is, smell would kill your taste for food, but
You could smell gas.
you could probably go the rest of your life not eating pizza.
No, I couldn't. I'd rather die.
Well, that's
Smells a mixed one though, because you get loads of farts and stuff. So
You said
yeah,
I like the smell of my own fart.
You said
yeah, you do like the smell of your own farts, but you're not going to
There's ups and
lose
downs.
the sense of touch. You're not going to go deaf. You're not going to go blind.
Aye, but mind what happened to fucking Darkman.
What happened to Darkman?
Liam Neeson in Darkman. Did he not lose his entire sense of touch, and that's what made him fucking superhuman?
Yeah, man, I could take a beating.
You could take a beating and keep on bleeding.
Yeah, that's the one.
people that can't feel pain always like screw themselves up. There's always some story on the net about like, I can't feel my legs because it's fine.
Yeah.
I've got the legs on fire.
Well, I think that's what it was.
His
Also,
face,
Darkman.
Robert Carlyle, and
Yeah.
Bloody Bond.
Yeah, a
Bloody
bullet in the
A
spine or
bullet in the
something.
brain that was constantly driving towards his cerebral cortex.
This Tony.
Would you rather have that?
No, I'd rather lose the
Which sense is that,
the
Phil?
sense of umami.
Oh, this umami's so good though.
That's
what's in start.
So good.
See if I could just lose this fucking sense of ennui. I feel I could fucking move on.
Sense of responsibility.
I could
Lose a
finally
sense
leave.
of deja vu.
Anyway, enough of this.
Aye.
Right, so you've got another like two
I've got
stories that
another
are the
two
same.
stories
aye?
that are pretty much the same. Man comes back to life at his own funeral and cries. So this guy was having a fag, right? He was having a fag and he dropped his fag. So he leaned over to pick it up and he fell over and he died.
Shit.
So
But then he came back.
later he was he was just having a kip, just lying there at his own funeral, and apparently woke up and cried.
Shit.
Doctors say he's alive and well. They need to assess how bad his brain damage is, but he's alive.
You got to think that when you sit up at your own funeral and you really have a look about, you'd be like, "Is this it? Is this my funeral?"
Do you think you'd lie there and when you wake up sometimes you just lie with your eyes shut? Would you lie and go, "This is my funeral. How do I play this?" Do you sit bolt upright?
Just fucking bury me.
Sit bolt upright. You start weeping, and say, I love a good wedding.
That's true. That is exactly what you do.
I think you've got to sit bolt upright with the two gun fingers. Do one of them.
I think the proper way of doing it is the vampire style.
Yeah.
Stiff body,
Yep.
just feet, just
Arms crossed.
Yeah, arms crossed.
Like the Undertaker.
Like the Deadman, the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Third story, Chris.
Third story.
Third on the bounce.
Third story is not so much supernatural, but just interesting. Ice bath brings man back to life. So a dad of two had a heart attack, and once he was in hospital, died. Heart stopped, the whole shebang. So what they did was plunge him in a bath of water, which is a fairly controversial procedure. Basically give him hypothermia, take his body temperature down to 30 degrees Celsius, and keep him there for a while. And apparently his heart started back up.
Did he wake up as Jean-Claude Van Damme?
But he was dead.
Right.
So he's come back from the beyond the grave.
Dead lucky, if you
We
ask
get a
me.
newsletter every week about that stuff.
He's lost a lot of his memory
Yeah.
because he was dead, but he's alive.
Good.
So this is three. This is the trifecta of people coming back from the dead, and
What?
like I say, all this year.
Oh.
I notice your stories there tend to end with they're pretty fucked, but they're alive.
Well, yeah, this is another thing I was reading about comas, that they're very bad for you.
Don't take one.
They're very bad.
Take that, empty your basket. Don't proceed to check out with 3 comas in there.
Do not have,
But there are-
do not go into a coma.
There are several reports of people going into comas and coming out just fine. So if you have a family member in a coma at the moment, don't
Yeah.
worry.
Your
It might
mileage,
be
Don't worry
fine.
too much.
your mileage may vary.
Please don't have nightmares.
I have 2 stories.
Oh, for f-
Excellent. I've managed to find one of the ones that I wanted to discuss.
Good stuff. So strap in, ladies and germs.
That's right.
Aye, Jerry, you
first,
go
yeah.
next, mate.
Aye, cool. No bother. First one is in the Massacre Haunted House in Illinois.
Right.
So it's a haunted house called Massacre Haunted House. So,
Okay.
I'm guessing big barrel laughs, spooky doors. Ooh,
Oh, it's like a ghost house
Yeah, yeah.
kind of deal. Yeah. Fun
A
house.
woman and her 17-year-old daughter have been allegedly, I need to repeat this throughout, allegedly assaulted and verbally harassed. Bunch of widos at the haunted house.
Yeah.
According to their lawsuit, one of the clowns in the parking lot of the haunted house allegedly violently poked the daughter with a vibrator. While another clown performed oral sex on a teddy bear wearing a strap-on vibrator. Now, I don't know if the teddy bear's wearing the strap-on.
Okay.
Fuck, he was wearing the strap on.
Anyway,
And now are these actual clowns?
these are
Aye,
clowns in
it's not
some
like-
way
It's not
associated.
like you go, who's this clown?
Aye, well that's what I was thinking.
bunch of
One of the
idiots.
clowns, 2 clowns in a car park.
These big shoes. The lawsuit claims that 2 of the clown creeps allegedly surrounded the daughter, saying things like, "Do you want some more?" and "You know you like it in the butt," while allegedly hitting her with a vibrator.
What?
With a vibrator. So that's the Massacre Haunted House in Illinois.
My goodness.
More haunted than you think.
Okay, well, I'll go quickly. That wouldn't be Geshcast without a video clip that doesn't work in a purely audio format. So, Chris, I'll ask you to bring up the video that you've got there queued up. Disneyland, ladies and gentlemen, a utopia, yes?
Disneyland.
Yes.
Family friendly, safe haven, but the only scary thing should be the prices, am I right? Recently, there's been a bit of interest in an old video found on YouTube showing a ghost walking around the deserted park at night. I'll just draw your attention to the video here. You'll be able to see.
Oh,
Can you see him?
Okay, yep, I saw him.
Okay, so it's just kind of been doing the rounds on Reddit. Some people are speculating that the apparition might be the result of people reusing VHS tapes, surveillance tapes, over and over again, so it's just a ghost from an old recording. Others say it's Walt Disney's ghost.
Why?
Is it that old guy from Beverly Hills Cop 3?
It's the second. But look at this. Look at them running along. That's definitely a ghost. See him? It's kind of like watching Predator. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like watching
It's a
Predator.
pretty good one.
We'll be putting that up on Geshcast.com if you want to have a look at it. Whatever it is, I'm absolutely terrified.
It's pretty freaky.
And no mistake. Right, boys, one of the ones I wanted to bring to your attention is bizarre news.
Uh huh.
A man catches a weird furry trout in Wisconsin. You can imagine this. A fisherman got more than he bargained for when he hooked a trout whilst fishing near Milwaukee.
Which is coming for the good land.
I'll show you a quick
days.
picture of the fur-bearing trout, which we'll also put up on the website. There's not much more to the story other than the fact that guy found a furry trout. Look at that.
Jog on.
Get fucked.
Really good.
Isn't that cute?
That's good.
That's worse than start.
What is that? That's not fucking.
In other bizarre news, Jerry, you like
That's
this
just
one?
whipped cream, man.
A man had a toy dart up his nose for more than 44 years and then sneezed it out the other week.
It wasn't me that threw it, mate. I'll tell you that for nothing. You've been one of Chris's comas.
For your own information, people at home, readers who are listening at home.
Yeah, a bit of background to that.
Yeah, Jerry likes to throw darts with an incredible velocity. With all his
A near
heart and soul.
paranormal amount of power behind it.
Absolutely. Many holes in your ceiling and in your...
It's a technique I like to call the warp coil.
Finally, in space news, Sarah Brightman was set to be the first soprano in space, has now cancelled her trip.
Yeah, I read about this today. I was
Why?
very disappointed.
Should have been Star City
not
for a
at
few
all.
months or something.
We were hoping that she was going to be the first one to die in the big fireball. However, it seems like that's not going to happen, and she was quite worried about how it would affect her voice being in zero gravity.
Just don't sing you up there.
Yeah, well,
If you go in
suffering
space, you
myself.
risk everything.
To be fair, though, I mean, give her a due. She did sing with Andrea Bocelli in Time to Say Goodbye, which is one of the best songs ever written. So if we could maybe just give her a due, boys.
it's true.
Sorry. I have some more news. In America, there's a transgender hip hop performer called Black Madam
Shut
who
up.
refers to herself as the Michelangelo of buttocks injections.
Yep.
She just testified at her own murder trial that she has been haunted since the 2011 death of a client she injected with low-grade silicon. Padge Victoria Winslow, age 45, said she has injected thousands of people at so-called pumping parties since she was first trained by a doctor who performed her 1994 sex change operation.
Love it.
But the death of Winslow's clients, one of her clients in 2011, has haunted her ever since. As she said recently, R.I.P. rang through my soul for years.
What?
That might be the best story ever written.
Black Madam.
Yep. Transgender hip hop performer called Black Madam, who refers to herself as the Michelangelo of buttocks injections. I don't know if that's a professional or a personal capacity.
I thought when you were saying it as well, she testified at her own murder trial. I was like, that's pretty baller. Testifying at your own murder trial. But no such luck.
No.
Okay, so with the news now in the bin, it's time to get on with the meat and potatoes.
Oh, of course, it's time to get down to the nitty gritty.
Exactly. Time to, first of all,
Say goodbye.
it's time to...
It's time to get on to the meat and potatoes of the show.
Potatoes, please.
Meat and taters.
How about we give the people a little bit of background
Absolutely.
into what exactly happens here?
Sure. Well, I mean, every episode we bring something. We used to bring a specific thing, it'd be like
No more.
Beast of the Sky, all that shit, all gone. It's no themes, just screams.
Ah! The hooves are off.
The hooves are off, exactly. So we each bring a thing and we judge them. How do we judge them?
Well, we use our patented Geshcast Pentacle System, which is 5 key factors which determine any mythical beast and its true powers. Its main tenets are
Physical strength.
Murderousness.
Disgustery.
influence,
And of course,
A wild card.
the wild card,
the Great Leveler.
the leveler,
The levelator.
level 42, the
Exactly.
wild card.
What could it be? Christopher Chalmers, the Velvet Glove. You need to tell us, draw out what the wild card is from the black sack.
Okay.
Dig your arm hard into the black sack.
Quickly
Let's
now.
quickly roll a dice.
Let's roll
Philip, if you could roll a dice.
with gusto.
A
I will roll it.
D20.
This wasn't prepared earlier.
Okay, let's do it. This is live. Equals 16. Everyone's number 16. It's exciting, isn't it?
Doesn't
gonna be
really,
this time?
doesn't really correlate with the pull it out of the black sack, but
No, well, he's now digging. He puts 16 into the sack.
Yep.
16. He has to go in 16 meters deep.
a shit show of a podcast. Right, so what's the...
Who's the greatest dancer?
Who's the greatest dancer? I love it. I love it.
Ooh. How will that affect each of our beasts?
Let's find out.
Negatively.
So what we're going to do next is each of us, as Gavin said, brought a beast along with us.
beast.
We will describe each of those. We'll have approximately 2 or 3 minutes to describe each of our beasts
Sure.
in the most devastating way to the others, at which point we will then adjudicate, deliberate,
Pontificate.
pontificate, masturbate,
Masticate.
masticate, and then
Wills
come
and cake.
back, then go and chatterbait, then come back and tell
Innovate.
you.
Blind
That's
date.
how it works.
Go on blind date.
Go on blind date.
This question's for number 3.
Sean, what was his name?
Will you die? Leave me alone.
Let's cut all that bit.
Yeah, please.
So, who would like to kick things off this week?
I will this time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went last time. I'll go first this time.
Hit us up, Gavin, with your beast.
Settle in, boys. You're in for a fucking wild ride. This is not all lifted directly from Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. Not all of it, anyway. I changed quite a lot from Wikipedia. The Bogeyman. That's right. This foul beast has many names across this country, such as the Boggart, the aforementioned Bogeyman, bugs, bugbears, bogies, whatever their names. They're all much like myself at home in the dark, dank, cool, pitch black liquid funeral of a bog.
It's very you, Gavin. Yeah.
Staying mostly near marshes and bogs, the boggart is a vile, malevolent creature who takes 2 forms. The first being just somebody who straight up moves into your house as a spirit. This non-corporeal boggart basically causes mischief, causes household items to disappear, milk to turn sour, and dogs to turn lame.
Such a shit dog you've got.
That's right. The physical ones who inhabit the marshes, they're often attributed more serious evil doing, like abduction of children, or just even sometimes showing you up in an Nando's like that one time because they didn't have any chicken. But if they don't have any chicken, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Boggarts are
Fight the
pricks.
power.
They're absolute pricks, and once they've got their feet under the table, they'll follow homeowners wherever they flee to. And prepare yourselves for this. It is said that that the boggart crawls into people's beds at night and puts a clammy hand on their face.
Oh, no.
I know.
Email.
Sometimes it strips the bed sheets off them.
Really?
Sometimes a boggart will also pull on a person's ears. That's right.
A nightmare.
So those are like the non-physical boggarts. They're more poltergeisty boggarts. Then you've got the actual physical, honest-to-God boggarts, who vary in their appearance and size. Many are described as relatively human-like, although they're very uncouth, very ugly, and also with bestial attributes. One such boggart was quoted to be a squat, hairy man as strong as a 6-year-old horse. It also had arms as long as tackle poles.
A what?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Other accounts give a completely beast-like form. A boggart from Yorkshire is said to be a fearsome creature the size of a calf, with long shaggy hair, eyes like saucers, and it trailed a long chain after itself, which made a noise like the baying of hounds. That's quite creepy.
It really is.
But the boggart of Hackenshaw Hall in Lancashire has the appearance of a huge horse.
It's very like a huge horse.
Very like a huge horse, exactly.
Farmyard references in it.
Whatever they look like, the boggart waits on unwitting travellers to get lost in their marsh or their bog. Subsequently, they're going to drown them in the thick black depths. No sound travelling in the mucky abyss. No worries, no pressure, no work, just nothing, just freedom from the life I've trapped myself in. Sorry, they appear to have they've appeared in literative works like C.S. Lewis's Narnia series and also in Harry Potter. And do not dismay, as my last point, this is some advice to you if you ever come into contact with a boggart. Hanging a horseshoe on the door of your house and leaving a pile of salt outside your bedroom will keep a boggart at bay. But if it's one of the marsh or bog ones, you're fucked.
All right.
It'll murder you.
Okay.
So that's for your consideration. The Bogart.
I love it.
Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart,
I
exactly.
like it.
Here's spooking at you.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
yes, Jerry.
Yes. Woo!
Just for that, Jerry, you get to go next.
Jerry wins.
I'll go next. I am going to go for the Krasu, also known as the App. In Thai and Cambodian legend, the Krasu began life as a beautiful princess. She was betrothed to a local rich guy, but was eventually caught knocking sandals with a roguish Aladdin type. Because of this faux pas, she was condemned to death by burning. But she managed to secure the services of a witch, and this witch was supposed to magic up some fireproofing on the big day. But the witch didn't have a watch, and she got there too late to apply the spell properly.
That's good, I like that.
But the witch started it anyway, meaning that the princess's body had mostly burned away before the spell had taken hold.
Shit.
Yes, the Krasu is a beautiful floating head with lungs and guts and shit hanging where her body should be.
I love it.
And she's cursed to float the earth, being absolutely minging. Like some sort of nightmare-inducing Alex Murphy. Krisu's head and lungs float around at night time, absolutely starving. She's voracious for grim food such as cattles, chickens. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Yep,
Love them.
Same as me.
But next one, raw flesh, feces, also known as shit, dead bodies, and finally straight up blood. The Krisu likes to wipe her mouth after feasting, so it's said that any clothes left out overnight on a washing line would be smeared with shit and blood. So bring your breeks in at night or you'll be shamefaced in the morning. The Krisu also has a fascination with unborn babies. It says that she'll stalk pregnant women and eat the fetus straight from the mother's body as she sleeps. The Krisu is popular in Vietnam, Malaysia and Indonesia, where it gets to express its deep interest in the three main food groups, blood, chicken and feces. It's so popular that it's been the subject of comic books, movies and a few soap operas. And according to one variant of Krisu's story, she must return to her original burnt body by dawn. In a way that doesn't make any sense. She will then live out the day as a normal but heavily crispy woman. And people don't seem to notice this. But if you're dealing with this Borg Queen version of the Krisu, you can kill it by tricking it to return to the wrong body, where it will wither and die. So if I'm reading this right, it means you need to decapitate a beautiful young woman in order to kill this ghost. So
Good excuse.
soap operas, shitey pants, and an excuse to murder young women. I think the Krisu is a floating alibi for the worst of humanity.
Beautiful, Jerome.
Oh, thanks for so much, G McG. Well, with two of them now in the sack, let's take a little break.
Let's just kick back a while, boys.
Break time.
Yeah.
You boys better believe that it's time to just chillax, sit back,
Shake it off.
enjoy yourself.
Put your feet on the table.
Put your feet on the table, exactly.
Take your feet off the table, please.
As ever, we like to have a little fun here on the show. I asked our good followers on Twitter, our readers on Twitter, a few questions, and here's one of them. So on this poll, they had three options. 1, be trapped in a haunted mansion with a knife in your leg. 2, be chased through the woods by a sentient anvil. Or 3, hear a noise in the middle of the night. You get up and pad silently to the living room. There's something wrong. In the stillness, you feel like a presence in the darkest corner of the room. Your hand fumbles in the inky blackness for the light switch. Click, click, click. Nothing. So let's quickly go around the room here. Phil?
Anvil.
Click, click, click.
Anvil.
Anvil. Well, I'm afraid all of you were beaten out by our readers who said that they'd rather be trapped in a haunted mansion with a knife in their leg.
Well, I never.
Exactly. Who would have thought? You never know the minute here on Supernatural Entertainment System.
Well, you know what they say. You can't guess these things, and a lot of people out there are sickos.
That's true. And you can't guess these things as they say, fuck off.
What a fun break it's been.
It's been a great fun break.
We do have a good laugh here.
Oh, what a lovely break.
Oh, I feel so relaxed after that break.
Stop feeling relaxed, get amped back up again because it's time for more beasts. Chris.
I'm ready.
I have the Bola. The Bola is an Albanian serpent dragon with a long log.
With a log cabin.
A log cabin, a long coiled body, 4 legs and small wings. It sleeps all year round, only waking on St George's Day because it's English, and it
Just likes
its
to go and get a
dragon
drink.
pal died, so it just pours out a drink. It's from a dead homie. No, it opens its silver eyes and just looks into the world to see what's happening until it sees a human person,
Right.
which it devours. And then goes off back to sleep for the rest of the year. So it does this for 12 years. Once it's 12 years old, it gets really fucking metal. It grows, when it's 12, it grows 9 tongues. It grows horns and spines and large wings and starts breathing fucking fire.
I love it.
In this form, it's called Crusader. In this form, it causes droughts and takes human sacrifice. The Crusader also is sometimes represented as an enormous hairy woman with hanging tits. There's many questions unanswered with this. How does it cause droughts? Don't know. Does it still sleep all the time when it's a Crusader? Don't know. How many men does it munch? How many people does it kill? 12, I guess, at least once a year.
Once a year, yeah.
And then
Makes
maybe
sense.
twice a year after that. I don't know. He's getting
Who
bigger.
knows?
He's hungrier. What's it like to eat? Don't know. Who's his favourite Kardashian? Don't know. So the Bola Everything. That's it, yeah.
I like the crocetta. I imagine it likes to eat bruschetta.
Yes. I think it does.
Philippe,
Listen, guys.
rock our world.
The Academy,
Tear me to shreds, Phil.
a demon, or yokai, as the Japanese might call it.
Oh my goodness.
This the Akami translates as filth liquor. Described as the personification of that fucking fear you get when you're going to the bathroom and you're wee.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Is that all of us? We all know it. We've all felt the Academy. It's a goblin-faced creature with a human body. Sounds okay? Just stand behind it. Don't know what you're up to, but wait.
A butterface.
That human body is covered in pustules, boils, open wounds and scars.
Ugh.
It's a crispy motherfucker.
Yuck.
The Akami has long, dark, shaggy hair, like every fucking demon from Japan.
Yeah.
All looks a bit like the Ring. But stop, wait. It also has one toe on each foot.
Oh.
Just one toe.
Just one toe.
Where is
Just
the toe?
one toe. It's basically just the end of its foot,
Oh,
but it has a long talon-like toenail hanging off each of those feet.
Bulk.
Its defining feature, its USP, if you like, is its
What's its
long,
unfair advantage?
its long tongue, Jerry, which drips with poisonous liquid saliva. What's it do with that tongue? I hear you ask.
What's it do with that tongue?
Thanks. Thanks. It's for licking all the filth and grime from toilets. For years, the Akami was used as a folktale that stopped children from pissing and shitting all over the place, basically. Says, don't clean up your piss. Because if you don't,
Academy over here.
the Aonami, I keep pronouncing it differently every time, will come and get you. They'd say, don't piss on the floor, lest the Akami come
Is this just a fucking
and haunt your
thinly
poop
veiled?
palace.
It's like a thinly veiled allegory for when we come here to record the show and someone always pisses on your floor.
Well, I'm mentioning it because I'm fearing that one of these guys will appear. But I just like that base feeling. Like when I mentioned it there, you all fucking knew that
Yeah,
fear.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I was afraid of Skeletor chasing me when I was wee. When I went and flushed the toilet, I'd have to run so fast back to my bunk bed, jump up to the top bunk, because it was petrifying. And just the last moment, you imagine a hand coming out, just grabbing you.
Man. You know, you'd be leaning back laughing.
Little did I know, it was the Akami every fucking time.
Jesus. Did you have who was underneath you on the bunk?
My little brother, Rory.
Ah, as it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. I've drawn a little picture so you can see what it looks like there.
That thing's disgusting.
It's just licking up some poop.
It's grody.
Let's take a picture of that and get it up on Geshcast.com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a regular feature.
A factual rendering.
Yes. Like, what's the name of the guy on Extreme Fishing? River Monsters.
Oh,
He's
Jeremy
always
Wade.
just- Jeremy Wade just delicately drawing a beautiful picture of a trout, thinking about it.
I sit back and think about the fish I've caught, and it'd just be like 20 minutes of him showing like they've obviously ran out of things to do on the show.
Because it's a show about fucking fishing.
It's
Exactly.
amazing. Like River Monsters is a great show. I'd definitely say everyone should watch it.
That's by the by, Gav.
Yeah.
It's time to make a decision now, based on our beasts.
That's true.
Which one is the most physically strong? The most disgusting, the most murderousness,
The most
the
influential.
highest influence, and of course,
The most wild
which
card.
one is the best answer?
It's the greatest dancer.
There's only one way to find out. Right, so we worked it out just by talking about it. That was the easiest way.
Oldie.
So let's kick off with the first of those 5 categories.
Oh, physical strength.
Dragging unsuspecting people into the briny depths below, those lucky bastards. The boggart wins physical strength.
Lucky boy.
Juicy boy.
Murderousness.
Eating humans for sacrifice. The bola takes murderousness.
Disgustery.
Wearing its heart and its lungs on its sleeve, the unmade haggis is minging the Chrisou.
Influence. Having such films as Harry Potter and, of course, more importantly, the Narnia trilogy. The boggart takes influence.
Wild card. But who's the greatest dancer?
Everyone's asking the question. It's a difficult one to adjudicate, I think, because Jerry's has no legs. Chris's is a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
The boggart.
Boggart's just a guy who runs about bogs. There's not a lot of dancing in the bogs.
Now, the only thing that I can think that might link mine possibly to dancing is when you need a pee, sometimes you do that thing where you're like, ooh, on your legs, your tippy toes. That's kind of like dancing. So in that case, my one wins.
Well, hold on.
The Aonami. I'm calling it something different again.
Just call it the Aonami. That's fine.
Something like
The
that.
Aonami code.
Yep, that's the one.
Yay.
So now we know the winners of each category. It's time to cast our eyes to the skies, scream into the air one last time. Gavin, what is real?
The Bogart is real.
So, congratulations, Gavin. That's 2 weeks, 2 fortnights in a row. Two beasts in a row.
Yeah, I know how to pick the beasts.
And
Two beasts
the
in the
menagerie of the damned.
Indeed. You never know what's going to happen in these shows. It's because we don't know, we can't anticipate what we're all bringing anymore.
Because we don't plan.
Exactly. And we can't play the mind games. All we're playing here is...
All you've got to do is just hope for the best. Just fire one out there and hope for the goddamn best.
That's absolutely 100% true.
And it keeps you coming back stronger each week. I know that next time's beast is going to be horrific.
Speaking of which, guys, speaking of hoping for the best, time to have a little bit of fun.
Oh,
The best. That's what I meant to say. I call you when I need you. The quiz.
yes.
To round off this entire fun show with a little quick quiz. So, remember to, guys, the rules, the two big rules. One, do not answer before I finish the
Are you
question.
sure what the rules are?
Yeah, well, don't you talk to me about pronunciation, my friend.
All right.
Maybe you just say your name when you're ready.
Back in the box, eh?
Exactly.
Cat's got claws.
Well, Akko, you know the rules. Say your name when you know the answer. Question 1. Count Dracula was once caught on camera. True or false?
Chris.
Chris?
False.
False, that's correct. He is kid on. Chris gets a point. The Loch Ness Monster has 500 reported sightings.
Chris.
Chris?
True.
True. It's difficult to say exactly how many, but some of them are dismissed out of hand. But since 1979, there's been over 600 official reports to local constabulary around Loch Ness. That's Chris got another one. That's 2 Ks. Will we get 3? True or false? A ghoul is a fool, but only when in school.
Chris.
Chris?
False.
I'm afraid it's true. Ghouls love to play the cunt in school. Question 4. Who is the best ghost?
Chris. True.
I'm tempted to give it to you. But I need a name.
That ghost in Ghostbusters that gives the Ghostbuster a BG.
You know what? The answer I've got written here is the ghost of William Wallace. Seen
That's very
stalking
good
the
one,
grounds
yeah.
of
That's the
Ardrossan
same
Castle. But it's the same ghost, yeah, so there you go.
It's the same ghost.
Chris.
Okay. So I win the quiz. Isn't that fantastic?
This is really well done, Chris. You really went above and beyond.
Congratulations.
Well, I'm such a
You've earned it.
special boy.
You're a special, special boy. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. We've had a spectacular time here on Supernatural Entertainment System. It just leaves us to do a little bit of housekeeping, let you know how you can get in touch with us. Philip, can you lead the charge on that one?
Of course, you can contact us over Twitter at Geshcast.
Yep.
You can send us an email.
Geshcast@gmail.com. I'll
That's
just jump
the
in on
one.
that one for some reason.
You can join our Facebook group, which is now available. Just search for Geshcast Podcast.
That's right.
You can join that there. And you can go to the website, which is www.geshcast.com.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next time for more Supernatural Entertainment System.
Goodbye.
Stay hungry.
Bye.
Jerry! A corpse.
Consuming human bodies to sate its appetite The bowler.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
No. You know it's going to end. That's the one that we're going to end up using.
Go for it.
Not if I don't say it.